Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another comic book review. Now when we left off with issue number 3 of Proctor Valley Road, August has showed the landlady that she's not going to take any more bull from her. Plus the principal was on his way to rescue the boys, but not for some good-hearted reason because one of the boys is a cash cow for the school. How will this all play out? Well, let's get on with my comic book review for Proctor Valley Road, issue number 4. Now right off the top, August and Cora will overhear two of their classmates talking about them in the background, pretty much berating them. Now August tries to tell Cora to stay positive because they haven't received a KO blow just yet. Now at the end of issue number 3, the landlady says she was sending these ladies home with a gift, and as Cora and August look into the mirror, it appears they just unwrapped it. As we catch up with Riley and Jenny, we're going to see that Riley is in pursuit for a man, with it being Jenny's brother, Mikey. But Jenny says she needs not to worry about her brother because they have a date with the landlady. Now we're going to see Riley spit out a glass of milk after Jenny says the words, the landlady, and she doesn't spit this milk out just because of hearing the words, but because when Jenny says the word landlady, it turns Riley's milk into spoiled milk. When the ladies meet up at dinner later that day, they all realize that time is of the essence to find the boys because the entire town is out for their blood. Now as the ladies leave the diner, they each describe the horrible nightmares they had last night, showing us that the landlady was definitely not fibbing when she said the girls would definitely get a gift they'd never forget. Now what about the principal? What exactly happened to him? Well, Jenny's brother is going to dish the dirt. Now when he came back from Proctor Valley Road, let's just say the experience of him seeing the ghost of Brody Cleat and 8-foot hyenas has sent him straight to Mercy Pledge Mental Hospital, which August believes this is great news because now they have the opportunity to find out what he saw. As August, Cora, and Jenny go to take a closer look at the gates of the mental hospital, that's when Riley feels like it's her opportunity to make her move. But Mikey will give Riley the news that not only is he interested in another girl, but that he's interested in her cousin, August. In which Riley will tell Mikey, much to his surprise, that her cousin is only interested in other girls. And that will be Mikey's cue that he has to leave to go prepare for poetry night. Now as the ladies make their way through the psychiatric hospital, they do come across Principal Stitches, and let's just say he's flown over the cuckoo's nest. And the only words he's able to mumble are, "He who does not punish, evil invites in." As the ladies realize that trying to get any info out of their principal is completely useless, they continue their search for answers as August refuses to give up hope that Bobby and Bruce are dead until she sees tags on their toes. As August passes one open door, she sees two sisters who have also been committed using not just some generic Ouija board, but a Raja Far East talking board. Essentially, it's a hotline to the afterlife. Now Jenny will notice something she wishes she had not seen, and that these two sisters have the same markings on their skin that she knows were done at the hands of the landlady. Now August believes if they can get this board in the right location, that if Bobby and Bruce have bitten the dust, this will be the key to finding out. The only thing is that these sisters will require a payment, and unfortunately for Cora, she's gonna have to ditch over her Converse Chuck Taylors. Now before these ladies can get to their location, the landlady has taken over Riley, but thankfully before she's able to pass out these poisonous breath mints, she's able to break the hold the landlady has on her. Now the ladies have arrived at their desired destination, the Haven Bakery. Cora believes that this is the perfect location for them to channel their dead classmates because it's a location where the bakery store owner went nuts after finding his wife dead, and he took his frustrations out on his employees and the other customers. Now not too long into their seance, the ladies, they're gonna get a response, but it's not gonna be from Bruce or Bobby, but it's gonna be from the bakery shop owner. Jenny will ask the former baker if he's noticed Bobby or Bruce in the afterlife, and he'll reply with, she has them and she is everywhere. And while these ladies will question as to what they ever did to her and why the landlady insists on terrorizing them, the baker will reply that trying to turn a profit on her stomping ground was a good enough reason. Now, in an instance, the baker will disappear, and that's where things get warped as the landlady has taken control over Cora. Now, earlier in this issue, we saw someone on a motorcycle following these ladies, and it's a good thing he was, because just as these ladies were about to suffer smoke inhalation, a young man named Chayton comes busting through the doors and makes the rescue. Now, Chayton will be more than just a hero, and he'll even be more than just a piece of eye candy for Jenny and Riley, because luckily for these ladies, his grandmother has the gift of second sight. Now, before Grandma uses her ability, she gives us some backstory as to who Shirley was before she became the landlady, and that it was when the government tried to take land that didn't belong to them, and in trying to stand her ground, she went to the valley of unsecured ground, and that's when she got corrupted by the evil that was buried there in Proctor Valley. Now, before Grandma can continue on any further, Shirley gets into her head and relays the message that at sunrise tomorrow, Bruce and Bobby will take their last breath. And even though Grandma has a gift with her powers, she's not strong enough to thwart off the landlady, who takes over her body and begins to throw insults at the ladies. But even after all the intimidation from the landlady, August is determined to take her down once and for all. Now, while the intimidation of the landlady really hasn't worked, her mind games have, as each of these ladies begin to let out their pent-up aggression with one another, and the only thing they can all seem to agree on is that their friendships are no more. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving Proctor Valley Road issue number 4 an 8.5 out of 10. Writers Alex Child and Grant Morrison have really made this story not only their own, but have made me really invested in every character. And not just the ones we've seen since issue number 1, but all the crazy characters we've met along the way. The same can also be said about the illustrations by Naomi Franquise and the colors by Tamara Bonvillain, as whether it's the facial expressions of concern, drama, or just out of this world spookiness, really just draw me into the world of Proctor Valley Road that makes me feel like I'm right along the same journey as the Chula Hoops. Now, it appears that Proctor Valley Road is only meant to be a 5-issue series, so that means there's only one more issue left, and I have two very important questions. Number 1, will these ladies get their act together so that they can defeat the landlady? And number 2, will they make it to the Janis Joplin show? Well, I hope to get those answers when issue number 5 is released on July 21st. Now, have you guys been reading the series? And what are your thoughts so far? Comment down below. And guys, if you like comic book reviews like this and all things pop culture, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.